Hueneme over at what was it, that little beach area there?
Dennis the Menace?
Dennis the Menace Park, right. So, and then I went off to college. I came back, my first house was over on 5th Street. My neighbors are here, I haven't seen in 30 years.
Right across the street.
And anyways, a lot of familiar faces. It's good to see everybody. And I do have a short presentation here, kind of focusing on what was going on 150 years ago. Because it is 150 years of Ventura being its own county. And this first picture here actually shows the mission of what it looked like about that time. And the mission at that time was crumbling. All the buildings were crumbling. You know, the first buildings were made out of adobe. And adobe may have been, you know, good for its time, but over time with weathering and so forth, they would crumble. So it wasn't until they started bringing in the wharfs and the lumber yards that the area really started to change in looks. As you know, we were part of Santa Barbara County. In fact, when I first started doing my research about 30 years ago, I was trying to look up information on my family on the Maulhardt and Borchard side. And I knew that they bought their property in the 1872, but I could never find the deeds. And then I realized, oh, wait a minute, they were part of Santa Barbara County. It wasn't Ventura County yet. And so that was a big insight for me. Of course, I know that now, and I feel foolish that I didn't know it then. But in the meantime, all this area down here was known as Santa Barbara County. Going back to 1860, you know, the population was very sparse in the southern portion. There was only 628 people in all of San Buenaventura. There was no Hueneme yet, obviously no Oxnard, Simi Valley. All those areas weren't developed in any way. So San Buenaventura is where the majority of the population was. There's only 628 people, 99 being of the Chumash. I thought I changed it to Chumash. Guess I didn't save it. By 1866, they formed their own town, and these were the men that were part of the first incorporated town of Ventura. You had Juan Camarillo here, who actually was a father of Adolfo, and Juan was a merchant. He came over in 1834 in the Ijar party, and along with him was Jose Maria Covarrubias, and their family is still in the area too. So Camarillo wasn't a land grantee. A lot of people think, oh, he was a land grantee. He actually was a merchant, and he got his lands a lot of times on foreclosures or on trades. And then there was the talks of becoming a separate county by 1868. There was an effort that was kind of thwarted, but really right before that, in 1867, I have listed up there, that's when they started subdividing the rancho, where is it? Well, Santa Paula and Satacoy. They started subdividing that in 1867. And a lot of people in Northern California got wind of that, and so they started coming down. And I'm not sure if that's how Christian Borchard found out or not, but he came down to the area and he found some land on the south side of the river, which was part of El Rio de Santa Clara o La Colonia. So that's where Christian Borchard came, and he bought 1,000 acres. But because these two things were bringing people in with the subdivision of Santa Paula and the Colonia, the population started to grow a little bit. And then talk of becoming their own county escalated. Before this time, the majority of the land was used to raise cattle. There was no farming.